In a quiet village, nestled between rolling hills and winding rivers, there lived a young man named Min. He was known for his gentle nature and honest heart. Min's days were simple. He worked in the fields with his family, tended to the buffalo, and in the evenings, he would sit by the bamboo fence, watching the sun dip behind the mountains, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. For as long as Min could remember, his closest companion had been Lon, the girl from the neighboring house. They had grown up together, their laughter echoing through the rice paddies, and their secrets whispered under the old banyan tree. Lon was spirited and kind, her smile as radiant as the morning sun. To Min, she was the heart of the village, the melody in the bird's song. As the years passed, their friendship blossomed into something deeper, though neither spoke of it aloud. There was a quiet understanding between them, a bond woven through shared memories and silent glances. Min would often imagine a future with Lon, her laughter filling their home, her hands tending the garden beside his. But life in the village was not always kind, and dreams were often shaped by duty and tradition. One afternoon, as the monsoon clouds gathered on the horizon, Lon came to visit Min. She wore a delicate ao dye, her hair neatly braided, her eyes shining with both excitement and sorrow. She handed Min a small woven basket of sticky rice cakes, her hands trembling ever so slightly. "Min," she began, her voice barely above a whisper, "my parents have arranged for me to marry a man from the next province. His family is well off, and they believe it will bring good fortune to ours." The words hung in the air, heavy and unyielding. Min felt his chest tighten, his dreams slipping away like water through his fingers. He wanted to protest, to tell her how much she meant to him, how he could not imagine his days without her laughter, his nights without her stories. But he saw the resignation in her eyes, the weight of responsibility she bore for her family. He forced a smile, though his heart ached. "Lon, you must do what is best for your family. I will always wish you happiness." Lon's eyes shimmered with tears, but she nodded, understanding the unspoken words between them. She pressed the basket into his hands, her fingers lingering for a moment before she turned to leave. Min watched her walk away, her figure growing smaller with each step, until she disappeared behind the swaying bamboo. The days that followed were a blur for Min. The village buzzed with news of Lon's impending marriage. Her house was filled with relatives, the scent of incense and laughter mingling in the air. Min kept to himself, pouring his sorrow into the fields, the earth soaking up his silent grief. On the morning of the wedding, the village was alive with color and song. Lon, adorned in a crimson ao dye, looked every bit the radiant bride. Min stood at a distance, his heart heavy but resolute. He watched as Lon bowed to her parents, her eyes searching the crowd until they met his. For a moment, time seemed to stand still, a silent goodbye passing between them. As the procession began, Min turned away, unable to watch the girl he loved become someone else's bride. He wandered to their old banyan tree, the place where they had shared countless memories. The air was thick with the scent of jasmine, and the distant sound of drums echoed through the fields. Min sat beneath the tree, his thoughts drifting to the days of their youth, their laughter, their dreams, the quiet moments that had shaped their bond. He realized that love was not always about possession or fulfillment. Sometimes it was about letting go, about wishing happiness for the one you cherished, even if it meant enduring your own heartache. As the sun set behind the mountains, Min rose and made his way home. The world felt quieter, the shadows longer. But within him, there was a sense of peace, a quiet acceptance that life, with all its joys and sorrows, would go on. Seasons changed, and the village moved forward. Min continued his work in the fields, his heart a little heavier, but his spirit unbroken. He found solace in the rhythm of the land, in the laughter of children, in the gentle hum of daily life. Occasionally, he would catch glimpses of Lan when she visited her family, her face serene, her eyes kind. They would exchange polite greetings, their words laced with memories. There was no bitterness between them, only a quiet understanding, a recognition of a love that had shaped them, even if it could not be. Years passed, and Min grew older. He became a respected figure in the village, known for his wisdom and kindness. Though he never married, He found fulfillment in caring for his family, in tending the fields, in the simple pleasures of village life. On quiet evenings, he would sit beneath the banyan tree, watching the fireflies dance in the twilight. He would think of Lon, of the love they had shared, and he would smile, a gentle, bittersweet smile. For in his heart, he knew that love was not measured by possession or proximity, but by the quiet strength to wish happiness for another, even when it meant letting go. And so, Min's days flowed like the river, steady, enduring, and full of quiet grace. The story of his love for Lon became a whispered legend among the villagers, a tale of devotion, sacrifice, and the enduring power of a gentle heart. In the end, Min's greatest gift was not in holding it, but in letting go, and in doing so, he found a peace that would last a lifetime.